Oh, I just ate a Frosty and a Wendy's chicken sandwich. Oh, fuck yeah. Well, before my insides fucking explode, I would like to talk about something today. So basically, there's a lot of videos going around. I think it started, well, I mean, it's probably been talked about tons of times, but the video started with Asian Eyes White Dragon, or Sladra, or whatever he calls himself now, MCole40, doing a discussion video on both their channels, same video but posted on both their channels, of if Yu-Gi-Oh! Is dying. And then I've seen other Yu-Gi-Tubers put in their opinions, so I want to give my opinion, not because mine's better than everybody else's, just what's on my head. So basically, the common point placed is that the YouTube channels are getting less views, and that Konami seems like to be selling less cards, maybe not the sales are the best. I've been hearing sketchy sources from individual people, and that Konami as a company is just going down. So I'm not just going to be talking about using this as Konami in general, and I want to give my thoughts on how I feel about it. So when it comes to the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, before we talk about Konami in general, I don't feel like it's dying. I haven't played for so many years. I played until about 2006 or 7, and I started playing again in 2013. Very beginning 2013. So, I don't know, my mileage probably differs of what I've experienced, but from what I hear from very seasoned players who probably never even quit, is that it's gone in cycles of this for Yu-Gi-Oh! That sometimes you might have like 2 or so years in a row where the game seems a big peak. That there's a lot of players, a lot of tournaments going on, there's a lot of people showing up at regionals, YCSs, even locals, and then there's spots where it dies. It could be a few months, it could be a year or so, and it's been going on like that since Yu-Gi-Oh! Started. So that's kind of what I feel like we're in. I'm not necessarily going to say the game is dying. It's definitely not as popular as it once was, and we're going to talk about later how I think they could make it popular again, but I'll talk about that after I talk about Konami. But the game is definitely not at its peak right now for popularity, but that just has to do with also that people aren't happy with the format. That's just how it's been for the last, what I feel like got a lot of players pissed off at Yu-Gi-Oh! Even when I was just started playing, was Dragon Rollers. That was just kind of like the fucking, I just broke the back that was people wanting to not play. And then there's other decks, and then we never had anything that was like that bad, and then we had Pepe, and now we had Emergency Bandless, and this. It just made people not want to play, and some of the people who probably quit back then came back and then saw nothing really fucking changed, and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna go back over here to not spending my money on fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! But just to clarify this part of the video, I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is dead. I don't think it's gonna die. I think it's always gonna live because it's not like a card game that's been around for like a year to even like 6 years. It's been around since about 2001, even before that, but I think 2001 is when it started to gain popularity around the States, 2001, 2002. So it's been out for a while, and it hasn't completely died. They're still selling shit ton of cards. They're still having events that at least thousands of, like, big events having thousands of people show up. So it might be slow right now. It might not be it might be low, but I don't think it's gonna die just purely because of the fan base that still is supporting it and the fact that there might be future players coming back and things like that. But now Konami in general, now I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself is gonna die, but if Konami died, it's a different story. Now, I'm not saying Konami is going to go bankrupt because it's not, or anything like that, but it's definitely not having some great things. Like, its roles in video games haven't been great lately, and then Yu-Gi-Oh!, like I said, has been going down, and they've been making questionable calls, and I don't know much about Konami. They're not like a game publisher or anything that I really pay attention to, because I don't really play any Konami video games, except I was looking forward as shit for Silent Hill PT, which they canceled, even though there's rumors that it might be back in the works again, but still, that put a lot of people's faith into Konami, like, because the game looked good and the demo looked promising, and then Konami took it away because of some bullshit, and it's just, Konami's going downhill, let's just say that. Let's just say that. That's all I can really say. And in the process, they might get rid of Yu-Gi-Oh! You never know, companies do things all the time. And nobody can really call it. People can have their opinions, but one thing is if a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dies, another thing if Konami gets rid of it. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dying is like they're just not getting anything from it and they get rid of it. Konami getting rid of it on its own accord, not because the game is bad, because of, they think of, not necessarily financial, but changes the company to try to reinvent themselves. Companies do that all the time. So you never know. But back to what we were talking about with Yu-Gi-Oh! So back to what I was saying about Konami and the game not being popular. How can the game become popular again? How can you get it across to other people to want to play it in real life? Well, First off, and this is kind of goes to a video that Galactic God just posted literally like 4 hours ago, or 5 hours ago, or something, of him talking about if Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Konami, rather, will ever make a decent online, or at least game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That is not Dev Pro or Dual Network. Which, I feel like if done successfully, and then try to make tons of fucking microtransactions like fucking crazy, like Asian Eyes was saying in this video, because people don't want that shit. Like, we're kind of fed up with this fucking freemium shit, okay? Like Asian Eyes, and I'm quoting him here, or paraphrasing his quote, is saying, like, make all the cards available to anybody. You do not have to pay for individual cards to make your decks to play online. But if you want different skins, or, I don't know, maybe they could make other accessories, or maybe you could, like, customize what your guy looks like, I don't know. But those you have to pay for. Cosmetic type deals. Do not pay for the actual game, like maybe card sleeves, you know, like skins for your layout. Those you have to pay for. But for the actual game cards, let it free so everybody has an equal chance to play. Don't make it pay to win, literally. You're gonna have that one guy that wanted to spend $300, and you're gonna have that guy who just wants to play for fun and is playing with like a basic Dark Magician starter deck, and you got somebody who's playing fucking any of the meta decks. But this is the one that really got me, and I'm not even an anime fan, really. The only animes that I liked in my entire life was like the first first two continents or regions in Pokemon anime. I liked Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. Up until Yu-Gi-Oh! I liked some GX. I was also younger when I watched it, haven't watched GX since. But I've rewatched the older Yu-Gi-Ohs all the way up until the end of like when Yu-Gi split. Like, that is done. I've liked those. And I've watched Samurai Champloo and Dragon Ball Z. Samurai Champloo, love it. But anyways, besides talking about my animes, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime is what got me into the show as a kid. And you could argue, well, they do have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. No, it's not the same. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Yugi-Moto, and they're friends. And I know you can't really go back after 5Ds and everything, but all those different transitions were gay. And not gay homosexually, I'm saying gay as in stupid. I know that's what people don't agree with that, but it's habits in modern day, 2016, words come out of my mouth. But yes, it's stupid. It is stupid as shit of those animes. I know that sounds retarded, but the old animes literally got it into me as a kid. Like, I was like, oh my god, this is so fucking cool. And then when Dual Disc were brought out after the Duelist Kingdom, I was like, holy shit, I needed to buy one when they came out as a toy. Like, I was like, buying one. Me and my friends would build ones out of paper plates and cardboard boxes until the plastic one actually came out in like 2004 or 5. So that drew kids in. And in today's, the anime is not as good. Kids are more interested in electronics and app games. So if they had an app and a real life card game, kind of like Hearthstone, as Galactic God was pointing out that he's been playing that lately, it would draw people in if they brought back the original series. Even old people, because like right now, Dragon Ball Z fucking Resurrection F, or that was the movie. I don't remember what the new series is called because I haven't watched them yet. I'm waiting until it's all done for me to watch it. But I've seen so many people who haven't watched Dragon Ball Z since they were a kid rush just to watch this anime. If you brought the old anime back to Yu-Gi-Oh!, that'll make some people watch the show again, some people want to play it again, and it'll just revive interest in something that we all fell in love with, because honestly, when GX started, that's kind of when I started getting out of the game. It wasn't just because I was growing up and becoming a teenager and people were thinking it was, like, stupid. I just also lost interest because I'm like, what the fuck is GX? This is lame. Like, he meets Yugi once? Like, what? I don't know, guys. That is just my opinion. That's how I think they could maybe change it to make the game popular. Who knows about Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh! Dying? But those are just my thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts down below and like this video, and if you agree with me, tell me why, and and stuff. And yeah, I'll see you later. So, dude.